This is Unit 1, Family Business, Lesson 4, Goldilocks and the Three Bears. I'm your teacher, Marta Gašparić. Pribor, you will need new building blocks for book, new building blocks for workbook, notebook, pencil case, smartphone, tablet or computer. Ishodi su. Čitam priču Goldilocks and the Three Bears, te ju prepričavam. Crtam različite situacije iz priče Goldilocks and the Three Bears, te prema slikama i ilustracijama pričam priču. Imenujem likove iz priče i predstavljam ih u govoru. Let's learn new words. Listen and repeat. Naučimo nove riječi, poslušaj i ponovi. Curious, znatiželjan. Curious, curious. Tiny, sićušan. Tiny, tiny. Scream, vrištati. Scream, vrištati. Porridge, kaša. Porridge, kaša. Trouble, nevolja. Trouble, nevolja. Famous, slavan. Famous, slavan. Now open your book, page 2021. Copy the title in your notebook. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Stop the video. Now copy the words in your notebook and the translation. Pripiši riječi i prijevod u bilježnicu. Curious, porridge, tiny, famous. You can find these words at the end of your book. Stop the video. Now, let's read the story. Pročitajmo priču. This is Goldilocks. She is a little girl, but she is very curious. That's why she sometimes gets into trouble. Today, she is in the woods. She sees a tiny house. Who lives here? Knock, knock. Nobody is at home. I'm so hungry, Goldilocks says. She goes into the kitchen. The porridge is too hot, she says. The porridge is too cold, she says. The porridge is just right. Yummy, she says, and eats it all up. I'm so tired, Goldilocks says. She goes into the living room. This chair is too high, she says. This chair is still too high, she says. This chair is just right. Oops, she says and falls down. I'm so sleepy, Goldilocks says. She goes into the bedroom. This bed is too hard, she says. This bed is too soft, she says. This bed is just right. Oh, she says and falls asleep. The bears are at home now. Someone has eaten Baby Bear's porridge, says Daddy Bear. Someone has broken Baby Bear's chair, says Mommy Bear. Someone has fallen asleep in my bed, and she is still here, cries Baby Bear. Goldilocks wakes up and screams, Help! She runs away and never comes back. Now listen to the story one more time and read it in your book, page 21. Prati u udžbeniku I poslušaj još jednom.
Lesson 4. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Track 12. This is Goldilocks. She is a little girl, but she is very curious. That's why she sometimes gets into trouble. Today, she is in the woods. She sees a tiny house. Who lives here? Knock, knock. Nobody is at home. I'm so hungry, Goldilocks says. She goes into the kitchen. This porridge is too hot, she says. This porridge is too cold, she says. This porridge is just right. Yummy, she says, and eats it all up. I'm so tired, Goldilocks says. She goes into the living room. This chair is too high, she says. This chair is still too high, she says. This chair is just right. Oops, she says, and falls down. I'm so sleepy, Goldilocks says. She goes into the bedroom. This bed is too hard, she says. This bed is too soft, she says. This bed is just right. Ah, she says, and falls asleep. The three bears are home now. Someone has eaten Baby Bear's porridge, says Daddy Bear. Someone has broken Baby Bear's chair, says Mummy Bear. Someone has fallen asleep in my bed, and she is still here, cries Baby Bear. Goldilocks wakes up and screams. Help! She runs away and never comes back.
Okay, let's learn new words. Listen and repeat. Too soft. Premekan. Too soft. Too hot. Prevruća. Too hot. Too cold. Prehladna. Too cold. Too high. Previsok. Too high. Just right. Just right. Baš kako treba. Too hard. Pretvrd. Too hard. Now copy in your notebook. Stop the video and copy in your notebook. Listen and repeat. Goldilocks. Zlatokosa. Breaks. Slomi. Run away. Pobjeći. Fall asleep. Zaspati. Eat up. Pojesti. Now copy in your notebook. Book page 20. Look at the title. What is the story about? Pogledaj naslov. O čemu se radi? Circle the correct answer. It is about a little girl who. Priča je o djevojčici koja. A. Gets into trouble because she is very curious. B. Gets into trouble because she likes bears. C. Gets into trouble because she is hungry and thirsty. Circle the right answer. And the right answer is A. Gets into trouble because she is very curious. Dakle, upadne u nevolju zato što je jako znatiželjna. Now book page 20. Are these sentences true or false? T or F? If they are false, say the correct sentence. Jesu li ove rečenice istinite ili lažne? Ako su lažne, reci kako bi trebalo biti. Number 1. The 3 bears live in a house on a farm. Number 2. There are 3 bowls of porridge on the table. Number 3. Goldilocks eats up Mommy Bear's porridge. Number 4. Goldilocks tries to sit in Daddy Bear's chair. Number 5. Goldilocks sleeps in Baby Bear's bed. Number 6. Goldilocks is happy to see the 3 bears are back home. The 3 bears live in a house on a farm. False. Where do the 3 bears live? Gdje žive 3 medvjeda? In the woods, u šumi. Number 2. There are 3 bowls of porridge on the table. True. There are 3 bowls of porridge on the table. 3 su zdjelice sa kašom na stolu. S kašom. Number 3. Goldilocks eats up Mommy Bear's porridge. False. Whose porridge Goldilocks eats? Goldilocks eats up Baby Bear's porridge. Dakle, čiju kašu pojede od bebe medvjedića ili ti malog medvjedića. Number 4. Goldilocks tries to sit in Daddy Bear's chair. True. Pokušala je sjediti u stolcu od tate medvjeda. Number 5. Goldilocks sleeps in Baby Bear's bed. True. She sleeps in Baby Bear's bed. Number 6. Goldilocks is happy to see the 3 bears are back home. False. She is not happy. She is scared and she runs away. Whose house is this? A. It's a bear's house. Dakle, svaki puta pročitaj naglas kad su ovakvi zadaci. Read it out loud and say what's the correct answer. Reci naglas koji je točan odgovor. A. It's a bear's house. B. It's a Goldilocks' house. What's the correct answer? A. It's a bear's house. Whose porridge Goldilocks eats? Čiju kašu pojede Zlatokosa? A. She eats Daddy Bear's porridge. B. She eats Mommy Bear's porridge. C. She eats Baby Bear's porridge. And the correct answer is she eats Baby Bear's porridge. Whose chair she sits on and breaks it? Na čiju stolicu sjedne i polomi? A. She sits on Mommy Bear's chair. B. She sits on Baby Bear's chair and breaks it. What's the correct answer? B. She sits on Baby Bear's chair and breaks it. Whose bed she falls asleep in? A. She falls asleep in Baby Bear's bed. B. She falls asleep in Daddy Bear's bed. And the correct answer is A. She falls asleep in Baby Bear's bed. Now, bears are at home. How is Goldilocks? Kako se osjeća Goldilocks? A. She is happy to see the bears. B. She is scared and runs away. What's the correct answer? B. She is scared and runs away. This is the end of part 1.